a Boeing 787 Dreamliner took off from Ahmedabad for London. What followed was a tragic plane crash that killed 241 out of 242 on board and 19 people on the ground. There was only one survivor. Within 32 seconds of the takeoff, the plane crashed into a medical hostel and left the world in shock and grief. Now, after 1 month, the probe report is out with answers to what may have transpired that day. AI-171 began a standard takeoff and accelerated to a peak speed of 180 knots, around 333 kilometers per hour. The flap setting was noted at 5 degrees. The landing gear lever remained in the down position, both considered standard procedure. The weather was clear, visibility was high, and conditions were smooth. Yet, despite these favorable elements, something unexpected happened. The fuel control switches for the engine 1 and engine 2 shifted from run to cut off in quick succession. This action abruptly stopped the fuel supply to the engines, leading to an immediate loss of thrust in both engines. Black box recordings confirm that thrust levels began dropping almost instantly. First Officer Clive Kunder and Captain Sumeet Sabharwal were flying the aircraft. The cockpit voice recorder captured a brief but chilling exchange between them. As both engines lost power, one of the pilots asked, "Why did you cut off?" To which the other replied, "I did not." It is still unclear which of the two made the initial remark. This short exchange has become the focal point of the ongoing investigation. Why? Because these fuel switches are not simple buttons. They are protected by guardrails. To switch from run to cut off, one must lift the lever and push it downwards, a design intended to prevent accidental movement. Also, the switches for engine 1 and engine 2 are positioned about 2 to 3 inches apart, making it nearly impossible for both to be flipped unintentionally at almost around the same time. Yet, the data confirms that both transition to cut off within a single second. As the aircraft began to lose altitude, the pilots acted quickly. They moved the switches back from cut off to run. Engine 1 showed signs of recovery and began regaining power. Engine 2, however, continued to lose speed and failed to restart. At the same time, the ram air turbine or RAT deployed automatically. The RAT is a backup propeller that activates in the event of a dual engine failure, supplying emergency power to key systems, but it cannot generate thrust. And what followed was seen across the world. At 1:39 p.m., Flight 171 crashed into a hostel, triggering a massive fireball that destroyed the building and claimed 260 lives. So far, no clear evidence of sabotage or bird strike has been uncovered. But serious questions still remain. Did any one of the pilots intentionally move the fuel switches? Could there have been a malfunction in the switches themselves? Or did the fuel supply fail even though the switches were set to run? The preliminary findings suggest no such failure occurred. The government's official report made public at around 2 a.m. on July 12th has yet to fully answer the questions that still haunt this devastating crash. With inputs from Vishnu Shom and Samiran Mishra, this is Yasharth Rai for NDTV.